Good morning, everybody. I wish you well. So I was coming back from Chicago a couple weeks ago, and walked past a few of billboards or signposts or whatever like you see in the airport of like the pass it on thing, like the if you guys remember from the early 2000s, the Foundation for a Better Life, there was a lot of commercials. There were lots of feel good public PSAs. Lovely thing. Lovely, lovely, lovely things. And I was thinking about, you know, okay, I haven't seen this stuff in forever, mainly because, I don't watch television anymore. And at a certain point, I stopped seeing them on TV too. And so I was like, they're still around? What's their deal? And so I pulled up their website, while I was waiting for my buddy to pick me up. And they still make billboards across the country because that apparently is a great way of getting that word out. And this is a better way of doing it. They have daily inspiration things, which I presume they post to social media, but obviously it hasn't gotten enough traction because, it certainly hasn't gotten to my neck of the internet. Even so, I see that they have, lots of pretty big name peoples coming on here. And Dolly Parton, William Shatner, they've had Oprah Winfrey, and I'm like, nobody really volunteered. Like, they had to pay these people for these shoots. You know what I mean? So, I was wondering, how much money do they get taken in? Because I'm relatively, new to the concept of believing that most charities are kind of bullshit. I'm not saying that all are, and I'm not even saying this one is, but it's like, there are charities that claim to better communities and give food aid and all, and they don't really do that well. And this company literally just makes billboards and PSAs telling people don't be a dick, which I can get behind, but it feels like a tax shelter to me. So I want to do a little bit of digging about who owns this. So the Foundation for a Better Life was founded in 2000 to promote good values. It creates public service campaigns, so privatizing public service campaigns, to share with others its interpretation of values, including honesty, caring, optimism, in order to create better social paradigms. The foundation communicates its message through television, blah 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 blah, and it is best known for the Pass It On campaign, which is what I mentioned at the top, off rip, and with rationale that examples of individuals living values-based lives may not change the world, but they collectively make a difference. It officially declares itself nonpartisan, non-sectarian organization funded solely by the Ann Schutz Family Foundation. So let's just take a second. They started out they launched their first campaign in November 2001, and they have had multiple, big people. They've had Wayne Gretzky, Michael Kwan, Oprah Winfrey, Nelson Mandela, as you saw earlier, Michael J. Fox, Albert Einstein, Muhammad Ali, yada, yada, yada. Great, good. But my thing is that this probably was something that was super valuable, just generally as just a motivating thing 20 years ago. But now we're kind of at a point where good vibes is not going to get us through to our next rent check. And I want to make it very clear that I'm not shitting on this here because my spider senses were tingling that this seems a little sussy-wussy, and I'll show you why. Because I started digging into the Ann Schutz family, and it's pronounced Ann. This part is pronounced Schutz. I googled it, and it is a private foundation based in Denver, Colorado. It was founded by the parents of Sue Ann Schutz Rogers, who serves as chair and president. So she's the one who's in charge of the day-to-day operations, and Philip Ann Schutz, a billionaire businessman. Now, I looked at Philip first. He's a piece of work. If we scroll on down here to his political and social activism, he's a conservative Christian, along with all the anti-gay, anti-collectivist, anti-poor, all of that bullshit. He's pro-censorship for everybody except Christians. Exactly the type of, not great human being you'd expect. But his sister, Sue, is actually not bad. She's a conservationist. She made it so that she creates land endowments in Chicago to prevent development on land that is currently being used as ranching land. Now, she's basically her vision is the one that drives the Anschutz Family Foundation, which is good. Her and her brother have donated towards museums of nature and science. She endowed a $2 million chair in retinal diseases at the Colorado University School of Medicine. She made an additional gift to the ophthalmology in University of Colorado Hospital, which led the designation program as the UC Hugh blah blah her name wada wada wada. She got a name credit. Point is that she's still rich, but she's not. Let's just say she's not as bad as her brother. Her brother wanted to get Newt Gingrich back in office in the early 2000s. So I can at least get the vibe I'm getting from this is that he makes a lot of the money that is donated into the Anschutz Family Foundation as his tax shelter, which is what I guessed, and she manages it so it's a bit better. Now, to be clear, the Foundation for a Better Life gets all of its funding solely from the Anschutz Family Foundation. So all of the money that it gets donated is directly from the wallets of these two, which is fine. But again, when at a certain point charities and foundations become tax shelters for rich people, and it kind of makes sense that the Foundation for a Better Life doesn't actually do anything. And you can say that it does. I think it doesn't, and I think at the end of the day, when we are living in a society where people are broke and starving, and we have greedflation going and all of that good stuff, I feel like if rich people genuinely wanted to help, they would put their money into organizations that are helping people with housing or food. Like, I understand it's a fucking tax shelter, but for fuck's sake, can you help us more than just getting us some posters? Regardless, if you like this and you like the messaging given out here, good for you. I'm happy that you like that. But my thing is that by that same token, you can get a lot of these same inspirational quotes and fifis from a free Instagram page that doesn't require tens of millions or hundreds of millions of dollars a year as a tax shelter for a billionaire. Either they should pay their fucking taxes, or I don't know, donate to something that actually makes people's lives materially better. That's it for this one. I just had, it was like a freaking itch in the back of my brain. I couldn't stop thinking about it, and so I had to do at least a little bit of research. All of this is surface level, by the way. Like, there very well might be some like scandals, there might be some negative shit that I haven't looked up. If you guys have, like, if y'all have any of that, drop links down in the comments. I'd really appreciate to see it. Maybe I'll do a follow-up video. I'm not trying to like dunk on the Foundation for a Better Life, but I feel like in today's day and age, its existence is kind of like, it's cool, but it's not what's needed for people. Like, people don't need to be told how to be a good person right now. People need to be told, people need material help, so they are not broke, and they're not starving, and they're not homeless. That's the reality. I'll see y'all later.